Good day everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel, Victor the Analyst. So today we're going to be talking about how to create a calculated table and calculated column using DAX. So we're going to be diving in what is a calculated table. A calculated table in Power BI is a table created using DAX formula within the Power BI model rather than being imported from external source. Like, what we mean by external source is that we are not bringing this table through the get data or probably Excel or so what we are doing is that we are creating a table from another table. So that's what we're going to be doing. So I'll teach us how to do that. If you have not subscribed to my YouTube channel, I will encourage you to do that to get more updates on my videos, and try as much as possible to please like this video. Thank you. In this our video, we're going to be looking at how we can create a calculated table. So the table is going to be a calendar table. So we have the dates of confirmation, we have the dates of exit, and we have the promotion dates. So we want to create a calendar table from this dates of confirmation. Like, let's say we have from the beginning of, let's say in this our dates of confirmation, let's say we have from 2020 down to 2024. So what the calendar table does is that it's going to start a date from the beginning down to the end without having any repetition. So we're going to have a one-to-many relationship there. So like, let's say in our dates of confirmation we have two entries of dates, but in the calendar table we're going to have just only one entry. So why are we doing that is that, number one, we're trying to optimize our data. I don't want to create a new column here that has to do anything that means what I'm trying to say is that anything that pertains to dates of confirmation goes into the calendar table for the dates of confirmation. So now let's start. I'll go to my table view, then from there I'll go to my table view, my new table. I'll click on new table. So once I click on new table, the field will show where I can start writing my code. Alright, so now you're going to see table equals to. So now what's the name of my table? I would say let me do confirmation. So it's going to be like all cap log. I'm using all cap log. So it's going to be confirmation and table. Okay, let me just do confirmation calendar table, which is equals to calendar. So calendar is a function in Power BI. So what calendar does is that this calendar we are going to use to create our calendar table. So it's going to ask for the start dates and the end dates. The start dates means the beginning of the date of the confirmation date, which is in the employee details. In our employee details we have our confirmation dates. So we're going to use min ax this, that is the minimum date of what confirmation of dates of confirmation. That is the starting. Then I'll close this bracket, meaning that this start date, that is the minimum date. Then I'll just put comma, then I'll say max, I'll put tab, then I'll have dates of confirmation. So max is going to give me the maximum date, that is the highest date. So that is going to be my end date. Now let's say in my let me just reiterate this again. Let's say in our dates of confirmation column we have our start date, that is the beginning of the date, to be 2024. You understand? Or let me say 2020. Let's say 2020. You understand? So let's say the end of the date is actually 2024. So this max value, this minimum is going to pick the minimum date, which is 1/1/2020, and this max is going to pick the maximum date, which is 2024. You understand? So that's what it's going to do. So when it picks the lowest and the highest, so it's going to create a date within that interval without repeating any value. So that's what it's going to do for us. So now when I hit enter, so let's see what is going to happen. So let me hit on enter. So now it's going to create a table called confirmation calendar table, which have a column called date. Now let's look at this. This one is telling us that in this our dates of confirmation, we have like the minimum date is 3/1/2012. You understand? Whereas the highest date is 5/15/2021. So you can see. But now if you take a look at this, you can see that once it's creating that date, there is no repetition. So it's actually creating each day for, it's creating like this 3/1/2012, 3/2/2012. There is no repetition. You understand? It actually goes down. This one does not come out twice. So like I said before, the reason why we are doing this is that number one is to optimize our data, and number two, so whereby it will optimize our data in the sense that because I'll still need some columns that are anything that has to do with our confirmation date. You understand? So if I want to have anything that has to do with my confirmation dates, I will use this my confirmation calendar table instead of me using this my confirmation dates inside the employee details. So that's the way of actually trying to optimize our data, making our data neat. So the next one is we want to create two as well. So I'll go to the promotion calendar table. So I'll click on new table. So once to create let me click on new table. We want to create promotion calendar table. So I'll go promotion calendar table, which is equals to calendar, then start date is min. Now what is going to be, I will have it like promotion, that is promotion dates, then I'll just close this bracket, I'll put comma, then I'll say max tab. So it's going to be promotion dates here, then I'll close the bracket twice, so you see that, and I'll hit enter. So it's the same thing I explained in the confirmation calendar table. I don't need to go back and explain this. So that's the same thing we did here too. So what it does is that it's going to pick the minimum date and pick the maximum dates, then increase the dates for the interval. Like it's going to create each day for each day within that interval, that is within this the minimum and the maximum dates. You understand? All right, now let's move on to the next one, the last calendar table we are going to create. So I'll click on new table. So I'll say exit calendar table, which is going to be calendar, the min, then I have it to be like an exit, date of exit, I'll close the brackets, comma, max tab, and I have it to be like dates of exit, which is this. I'll close my bracket twice and hit enter. All right, now we've actually created all our calendar table. This is just the way. This is one of the way you can create a table. There are several ways you can create a table. You can create a summary table, but this one we are dealing with dates, so it's called calendar table. Now, the next thing we are going to do is we want to try and do something. Let me just come up here to our prototype we are working on. Let me just open this, and I'll go to my calendar table. So I'll see this. This is what we call confirmation, and I'll go to, I want to create, okay, now let me create we're going to create a column called promotion status. Now this is our promotion status. Let me just close this up. This is our promotion status. So these are the conditions we are going to set. Now for promotion status, now when do we attribute an employee to be promoted? I said number one, if the grade level is within 6 to 0 to 6, definitely it's going to take like 2 years for them to be promoted. And if it's from 7 to 14, it's going to take like 3 years. Then from 14 above is actually going to take more than 4 years or so. Yeah, so we're going to write that condition. So this is it here. This is the okay. All right. Now for this is confirmation. No, let me go to the promotion. I'll go to the promotion status. So I was talking about the promotion. Okay. All right, let me just copy this and I'll just explain what it means. Now I'll just go to my promotion status, select this, then I'll click on new column. Now you can see that inside that table that I created, I can create a new column. So I'm creating a new column inside the table that I've created. So I'll come here and just do Ctrl V, just paste this here, then I'll explain. Alright, so what am I going to do is that I would promotion dates. So let me just rename this to promotion dates. Or before then, I will just need to click enter here. So I will just right click here. We have this, and I'll say rename to promotion. I'll right click on the dates again. I'll just say rename. I want to rename that. I'll say promotion dates. So I hit enter. Okay, you can see that the caution sign is not showing there again. Let me just go back to the promotion status to explain. Now back to my explanation. I said for you to say someone is actually promoted, we've actually done that in our promotion date, you understand? So now we need to be able to do a status to check when are they leaving. You understand? That status is actually saying that okay, yeah, this person is actually due for promotion, maybe 2020 or I don't know, thereabouts. So that's what we're trying to do. You can see now we have due for promotion since 2022. So let me just explain this now. This is our the promotion status, which is the title of this column. Now this is if statement. This if is like a logical statement. It tests for a logic. Then if it actually comes out as true, it does something. If it's false, it does something different. Now the logic statement is blank. It's saying that if promotion date is blank, which is this promotion column, if it's this column, if it's blank, give me blank. Whereas else, if it's not blank, like if it's not blank, you understand? If it's not blank, then you do this one for me. This is the first statement. If this statement is true, it's going to run this, but whereas if it's false, this is what is going to run. So now I'm going to say if date div, I will explain this. Let me just from here to here, let me explain it. So we are saying that if date div, now date div is a function that is used for subtracting dates. You check the difference between two dates. Now this promotion calendar table promotion dates, this is the dates that we have here. So we are saying this date subtracts from today's date. This date that we have here, this is today days. That let's say today is let's look at this now. This is 2/1/2020. This is exactly to be 2/1/2020. Yeah. Now today this is what, like at my time that I'm recording this video, the date is 12/13/2024. So I'm going to say this minus 12/13/2024. Now, are you going to do the subtraction or the difference based on year, day, or month? So we're going to choose year. We chose year. So now, if the subtraction like this, now if I'm making reference to this minus this value minus this my today's date that I have here, I'm going to have 2 years. That my answer will be 2 years. You understand? So that's what it means. I'm going to have 2 years. But remember that we have different values inside here. So we are saying that any value, if you subtract this to this, if it's lesser than 1, so now what will make the outcome of this my calculation to be lesser than 1? Definitely my today's date should be greater than this my value, because it's always like this date div, this how date this div work is saying this value subtracted from my today's date. So if I subtract this one, that means if this one is greater than this, definitely I'm going to be having something that is greater than 1. But if it's under the way around, whereby my date, today's date, is actually greater than this, definitely I'm going to have a negative 1. So now that means we are saying that those people that are actually maybe 20, that is a 2023, 2022, that will fall under this category. That is 2022, 2020, that is from 2023 below, they will fall under this category. So now when the value that falls under the category, what are the outcome do you want to give me? I will say it should be due for promotion. Since now you can see that it's actually backward, which is from 2023 back from 2023, 2024, then backward. You understand? It does not include 2024. You understand? Because 2024, when I subtract this from this, I should get, and that will make me have minus 1 that will meet up to this condition. You understand? That means definitely it's actually the previous year, not the current year where we are right now. So that means I'll say due for promotion. Since now, where did I get this year from? This condition will fall in this condition, in this one that we have here. It falls in this condition. That's why you see due for promotion since 2022. That's why you see this due for promotion since this year that we have here is this 2022 that we have here. Now this year will be this year function will extract the year from the promotion date. So now it's going to extract the year from this promotion date, which is 2022. Then I'll bring out my 2022 year. Now this AND is acting like a concatenation. It's actually bringing those two values together. Now this is a string and this is a number. So this concatenate is actually bringing those two together to form this due for promotion since 2022. So that's how you have this. Now we now want to check the condition if it's in the current year, maybe like 2024. Right now we're in 2024. We want to check the people that are due for promotion in 2024. You know that at that condition, when I subtract my today's date and the promotion date, the value that I will get is the difference I should get in year should be 0, because today minus the promotion date, which is probably the person wants to be promoted 2024. You understand? the difference should be 0. So at that point, any condition, any dates or any conditions that falls to 0 means that they are due for promotion this present year, that this year, which is 2024. Now this other part too, we now want to check the following year, which is 2025. You understand? The conditions for 2025, we know that if I subtract 2025 from 2024, I should have 1. You understand? So in that case, if this value falls, if the condition that will make me have 1 year should be definitely, this my promotion date should be 2025. That's when this condition is met. So if this condition is met, definitely the person is due for promotion next year. So now that is it. What about if it's like 2 years above? So anything that is out of this 1, 2, 3, you understand, maybe like from 2 years upward, then we are going to put it as due for promotion till 2026. She gets. So that's it. So you can see how if statement is actually powerful. As every condition, you can actually use it to do certain things. So that's it. So thank you very much. Let me just hit enter here. So we are done with this. Now let me create another column called promotion here. So this one is just very simple DAX. So I'm going to click on new column here icon. So I'll do Control V. Now the name of my column is promotion year, and I'll hit enter. So we all know what we mean by this. This year is going to extract the year from this date. Now this is the date. So the year function extracts the year from this date. So you can see that's what you have in 2022 year. You have 2022 year. Now let's move on to the next one. So I'll go to the year countdown. Okay, so I'll create a new column. So I'll create a column called year countdown. So it's enter. So I would explain to us, I'll explain this code to us, and I would tell us where we are going to use this column, but not now. I'll explain to us where we are going to need it, not now. But let me just explain this column, how it works. Now this if, just like the same way the if work in the other expression, if is blank, meaning that if this column, which is production date, is blank, give me blank. Else, if it's not blank, do this if again for me. Do this if, and that means if dates div today, that means I'm saying that this minus this, if it's lesser than 1, come out as 0. Else this minus this will come out as, what we're trying to do is that we don't want to have a negative value. We're trying to say every value that if this value, this date, if this promotion date subtracts this date, our date based on year, if you have any value that is lesser than 1, don't show me that negative value, show me 0. Else, if this else come and just do this calculation for me. So that I'm trying to say that anything that is actually less than 1, give me 0. So this other one, we're actually going to work for value that is actually greater than 0. So we can see we have 0, 1, and 2. Understand? So this one have actually worked for the one. Now you can see that this is our 2022 that we have here. There we should have -2 here, but this condition have helped us to convert it to 0. So I'm going to tell us where we're going to use this column. For now, let's just do it like this and just move on to the next. So I'll come here, I'll click on this. So I'll just say Ctrl A, Ctrl C. So I'm not going to explain this. I believe that with what I've explained so far, we can actually grasp what we want to do here. So I'll do Ctrl V here and I hit enter. You can see this is, but this one that we created here, countdown, does not we are not putting a logic to help us convert down negative to 0. You understand? What we are trying to do is we just want the value to come out like that. You understand? So that's it. We are going to use this two value when we are creating our visuals. Don't worry, we're going to use when we're creating our visuals. For now, let's just leave it for now, and we are good to go. Now we are done with the promotion, so let's move on to the confirmation and the exit table. So I'll go to the confirmation table. So I'll select this. So the confirmation status. So I'll select this my table. Make sure you select the confirmation table. So once you select the confirmation table, then click on new column. Then I'll do Control V. So the reason why we're having this line is that you can see this is blank. Is blank confirmation calendar table confirmation dates. This confirmation date was supposed to be this our dates that we have here. So what we're going to do is that we're going to try and rename this to this confirmation dates. You understand? So let's just hit enter and just try and rename this. I'll just right click here. I'll say rename. I'll say confirmation. Oh no, backspace. If it comes out, make sure if it comes out like that, just right click again. I'll say rename. I'll say confirmation dates. I'll hit enter. Okay, good. Now let's go back here. Now this our confirmation status work just the same way our promotion status is working too as well. So what it does is that, let me just use this one to reiterate of what I've actually talked about in the promotion status. I believe that if I explain this one more time, we might actually get what I was talking about in the promotion status for those of us that have not gotten it now. Now for this value to be met, definitely my year, the year of the confirmation, the confirmation year should be lesser than the current year we are right now, which is 2024. At this time I was recording this video. That means anything that has to be lesser than 1 should be from 2023. You understand? Now you can see that this value that we have here, these dates that we have here, are actually they fall under this condition, because now they are actually lesser than our current year. Understand? They are actually lesser than our current year. That's why we have that. We see confirmed since. You can see, you see confirmed since. Now this year, this year, extract the year from our confirmation date. That means we're going to extract this year and bring it to the front. That's why you see confirmed since 2024. So you get. So now the second statement, for this statement to be truth, that means it's going to be every year. That is going to be the current year where we are right now, which is 2024. So if the confirmation year is 2024, these statements will work. It's going to check on the date and check if it's 2024. Definitely we're going to have the confirmation status to be confirmed this year. Now if it's going to be, if the if the confirmation year is next year, which is 2025, these statements will work, because now 2025 minus 2024 will give us 1. So that's where we have this to be 1. If it's going to be 2024, this statement will be true. So in that case, our confirmation status will be confirmed next year. Now what if it's going to be like 2 years after, which is 2026? That is where this thing comes in, which is going to be confirmed till the year, which is, this is going to extract the year from our confirmation date. Now let's say this is 2/1/2026. So what this one is going to do is going to extract that year, which is 2026 here. It's going to extract the year, which is 2026, and convert it to be confirmed till 2026. So that's it. So I would move on to the next one, and let's proceed. So let's go to the confirmation. So we want to get the confirmation here, so I'll just copy this, Ctrl+C, and then move on to this. I'll click on new column because I'm still on the confirmation calendar table. So I'll click on new column and I'll do Ctrl+V. So it's enter. So I'll 2020, then I'll 2012, sorry. So I'll move on to the next one. Let me go to the confirmation countdown, copy this, then I'll move on to this. I'll just click on new column. So I'll do Ctrl+V. It's enter. So I don't need to go back and explain this. All this one has already been explained in the promotion year countdown. We are just doing the same thing, because this is going to be used while we are designing our dashboard. So let me just come up here and click on this. So I do Ctrl+V and I hit enter. Alright, so you can see here, let me just try and explain this thing again one more time. You can see here we have -12. So what this is doing to us is that, let us leave this one aside. We know that if it's blank, if this value is blank means that if there's no value inside here, give me blank, that is come out as empty. So now if this is false, which is not true, definitely something is inside. If something is inside, definitely this statement is not true. Now this comes up. So this one is going to be confirmation date minus today's date. Now this is 2012. This is 2012. 2012 minus 2024. That's -12. So you have -12 here. She gets. So this other one, we are saying that anything that is lesser than 1, give me 0. So that's why we have 0 here. Now we are done with our confirmation calendar table. Now let's move on to the last one, the exit calendar table. So this one, the exit calendar table, I will just brush on it. I will not do the any explanation. If there's anything complex there, I think I will touch on it, but I believe that with these my two explanation, I don't need to do much. So let me click on this exit status. I'll just close here, and so let me go to my so make sure you select your exit calendar table, select it, then click on new column. So we are creating a new column inside our exit calendar table. So we are going to do Control V. Now we have the exit dates here. So our exit dates, our exit date should be referencing this date here. So we need to just rename this. I'll come here, I'll click on right click on the dates. Sorry. Alright, it's giving me error, so I'll need to go to the dates, select the dates, and right click on it. Then I'll say rename. So I'll say dates of exits, and I hit enter. So once I do that, this caution bar or this warning sign leaves. So let me go to my okay, exit dates should be exit dates. Let me select this, it should be exit dates. I'll right click and say rename, should be exit dates. So take note of that. I'll click enter. So this one should be exit date. You can see the caution signs have left. So this one I don't think I should explain, but just for the sake of benefit of us that it didn't get the first two, so I'll just explain this. I'll say this minus this, if it's lesser than 1, we're going to have this as come. This minus this, if it's 0, we're going to have this as come. This minus this, if it's 1, we get this outcome. Now for the rest value or the rest dates, we are going to just bring it as we exit till 2024. Now most of our outcome falls under this our statement down here, because we're having, you can see we exit till 2024, which is we exit till 2024. Now 2024 is actually does not meet up to all these statements here. All right, now let's move on to the next one. I'll go to exit here. So I'll do Control A, Control C. I'll go to new column. Control B, and I'll hit enter. Okay, and next thing I'll do is I'll select exit here. So I'll just do Control A, Control C, and sorry, there's no point clicking that. I'll just click on new column. So I'm creating a new column inside this exit column date. So just take note of that. I'll be exit calendar table. Sorry, exit calendar table, and I'll hit enter. All right. So the last column we're going to be creating, I'll just Control C, and I'll come to this. I'll make sure I click on new column. then I do Control V, so it's enter. Alright, we've actually come to the end of this video. I hope I actually find this insightful and very explained. If you have any issue, you can actually reach me on the comment section. Thank you very much.